Our next inductee is a gentleman who decided at a very young age he actually wanted to be the head of a governing body in boxing, and by gosh, he went out and he made it happen. He was born and raised in Chicago, Illinois. He enjoyed a stint in amateur boxing. He also served as a manager, promoter, and matchmaker. His biggest accomplishment, though, was founding the IBO, the International Boxing Association, in 1988. He did this at the age of 25. That still makes him the youngest founder and chairman of any world governing body throughout the history of the sport of boxing. He left Chicago and relocated to the Palm Beach area in 1996. The IBO has gained a reputation as one of the most credible and prestigious sanctioning organizations in the industry. The IBO is responsible for coordinating some of boxing's largest events, including the Lennox Lewis-Mike Tyson fight in 2002. Title holders that have worn IBO belts include Lennox Lewis, Pinklon Thomas, Antonio Tarver, Roy Jones Jr., Manny Pacquiao, and Floyd Mayweather Jr. He's also proven to be a very versatile and successful businessman. In 2008, he opened the Jupiter Boxing Club in Jupiter, and in 2010 opened his second training facility in Deerfield Beach. In addition to that, he has worked as a producer for boxing show broadcasts on the internet and is part of the new company goldstarstreaming.tv, which is televising today's event live around the world on the internet. He's a professional, a true gentleman, always easy to work with, always has that dazzling smile, and it's an honor to welcome to the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame class of 2011, IBO founder John Daddono.
Wow, gorgeous. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much. Really appreciate that. I would like to first thank the entire executive committee of the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame for even considering me for this honor and for providing me with now one of the high points of my career. I thank you, Butch and Kathy Flansburgh, Sam Cohen, and Steve Canton for this privilege. And please know I will wear my Hall of Fame ring with pride from this day forward. Throughout the years, I've frequently been asked the question, how did you get started in the boxing business? Well, I go on to explain that I boxed as an amateur, and after my amateur career, I began to manage fighters. From the managerial end, I went into matchmaking and then eventually promoting. Well, during my promotional years, I developed a whole new understanding of the boxing business, and I developed a whole new understanding of people in general. I learned, along with knowledge my family instilled in me, the true meaning of honesty, integrity, and loyalty. And I realize till this day, every time I enter an arena, I'm representing not only my company, but my family as well. I also realized early on that I didn't agree with a lot of the business practices of some of the other sanctioning bodies. I thought there's got to be a better way of conducting business, a way where everybody could benefit, not just where the sanctioning bodies and the promoters win, but where the fighters win, the fans win, the officials win, and every other person that is a part of this business can win. Well, that was my motivating factor in forming the International Boxing Organization, or as we more commonly know it as today, the IBO. But before I can get started, I realized that I needed good people working right alongside with me. Well, I was fortunate enough nearly 14 years ago to meet a person who fit that bill, my partner, Ed Levine. Ed has been very instrumental in bringing our company to that next level. The boxing business, as many of you know, is a very tough business with many ups and many more downs. And without a good support system in place, odds are very high that you might fail. I've been fortunate enough to grow up in a household that is all about support. My beautiful mother, and Mom, if you would stand up, please. My loving father, Dad, if you would stand, please. Thank you. My awesome brothers and my sister, if you guys would stand, please. And all the way down to my grandparents, they were just there for me when the chips were down, and that's so important to have those shoulders to lean on in times of need. Well, just recently, my support system grew even larger. I married my sweetheart, Stephanie, in June of 2009, and sweetie, if you would stand, please. And just last August 12th, in Stephanie's arms is our baby boy, Michael. We celebrated his birth just last August 12th. Thank you. This, along with the continued support of my family and friends, is all the motivation I'll need to reinforce my resilience in this challenging industry. To my support system, as I move into this next chapter in my life, I will need you more than ever, for this next chapter will be especially demanding. My goal is not to try and change the sport. That's never been my goal. My goal is to improve the sport, and critics frequently confuse the two. They tell me, John, you're not going to change the sport. Don't even try. It's not my intention. I would never want to change the sport that I fell in love with as a young boy. I do want to improve it, however, as we are proving can be done. We improved the ranking system already by implementing an unbiased computerized ranking system. We're the only sanctioning body in the world doing that today. We removed the human element from rating fighters, period. It's all computer-based. We enter data into a computer, the results of fights, the computers compile a point value for each fighter, and they're ranked. Secondly, we only license the best of the best officials in the world, and their accurate scorecards over the years can confirm that, basically. It is very important to us that the fighter who deserved to win gets his hand raised in the end. And thirdly, we don't force fighters to take meaningless mandatory challenges as other sanctioning bodies do simply to collect an extra sanction fee. With the support system I have in place, and with those three things once again in mind, honesty, integrity, and loyalty, I'm confident we can help boxing thrive en route to becoming the elite sanctioning body in the entire boxing industry. On that note, once again to the Executive Committee of the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame, to my dear family, to my friends, to my fellow inductees, and to you, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for sharing this very special moment in my life with me here today. And may God bless each and every one of you. Thank you.